Hello my friends, Hank here, and today's lesson is going to be all about revisiting that old kit you built years ago that's collecting dust at the back of your shelf. I love refurbishing kits. It's a great way to save some money, get some good practice in, and transform a kit using the skills you've learned since the first time you built it up all those years ago. Today I'll be doing just that on this Tamiya STKFZ 222 Scout car that I built up many moons ago. The first thing I'm going to do here is break down the kit the best I can. I've popped the turret off and taken the main armament out. Unfortunately, I can't take the wheels off, but we'll work around that. And we're just going to spray right over our previous paint job with some black primer to give us a fresh, clean start. Now, you might also notice I added a few bits of resin stowage to the front of the vehicle to add a little extra detail. These are from Value Gear, and they're a great way to spice up an otherwise out-of-the-box build. Alright, once we're all primed up, I'm going to grab a little bit of Camouflage and just spray a bit of that into our interior here. You can't see much of this, but just in case you do snag a glance down inside the turret, at least it's the right color. Okay, onto our main new camouflage color. I've stuffed a bit of toilet paper in the turret ring here to protect our interior color, and now I'm going to go ahead and spray the whole vehicle with some Dunkelgelb. For today's video, I'm going to leave you guys with a little more real-time painting footage than I usually do. I usually leave the cuts pretty quick and stick with just the voiceover, but I figured a bit more actual painting might be helpful to you guys. If you do enjoy the extra footage, let me know down in the comments below. Alright, lovely. Now that we've got our base camo color on there, let's go ahead and grab some olive green and start drawing in some camo stripes. Now, one of the beautiful things about German tricolor camo schemes is that they took on a whole variety of designs. Many were just applied in the field, so you have a lot of flexibility here. I suggest finding a nice reference photo of a vehicle. It doesn't even have to be the same model that you're working on, it just has to be the correct theater and time period, and use that as your guide. Okay, now we've got our olive green on there. It's looking pretty great. And honestly, you could leave it as is if you'd like. Oftentimes these vehicles were just in two-tone camo schemes, but I'm going to add a little brown as well. Here I've got my Shocker Brown loaded up, and I'm going to start adding some smaller brown modeling on our car here. Alright, lovely. We're all camoed up. I am very happy with how this is coming out so far. Now let's shift gears and start doing some brush painting. We'll start out with the big parts here. Let's tackle these wheels. I try and edge in around the wells as best I can to start off, just to make sure we get a nice crisp line there, and then we can go back and block in the rest of our rubber tire. And while we've got our black out, we can also paint in our exhaust piping back here. And we'll also paint up that iconic German AFV jack on one of the back fenders. Now I'm going to go ahead and carry on with our brush painting here. I'll give you guys some music, so grab yourself a nice beverage, get cozy, and we'll knock out the rest of this detail work. Alright my friends, that is it for our painting work, so let's grab a little gloss varnish and seal in all of our work so far so we can head into the weathering phase. But you know what, before we do that, let's throw some decals on here. I dug into my spare box and found some suitable divisional and national markings, as well as some old license plates for this particular kit itself, so let's go ahead and apply those now. If you do need some help with decal application, I just released a video on the subject using this very kit, and I'll link to that right here to check out if you need it. Alright, now that we're all decaled up, let's go ahead and spray another gloss coat on there to protect our decals, and now we can move on to the weathering. We'll keep it relatively simple today. Let's start out with a basic pin wash to help pop some of the details on our armored car here. Now, I'm a little messier with my pin washes than most. I go for almost a mix between a pin wash and a sludge wash, but I feel that the cleanup process with our enamel thinner leaves a bit of a grimy effect that I actually really like in my finished products. Alright, so I've got my dark pin wash all set on there, but now I'd like to add a little dust and mud to my tires. We'll grab a little light dust for this and get this all over the rubber of our tires. And then just like with the dark wash on our vehicle, we're going to clean that up with a bit of enamel thinner until we're happy with the effect. And once everything is dried completely and we are happy with our weathering, let's get a matte varnish coat on there to seal in all of our work. I had a little fun here with the airbrush doing a quick wheel test. Pretty impressive for an old kid, look at that thing go. Alright, all that's left to do now is reassemble our kit and we are in business. And here we have our old STKFZ 222 with some new life in it. I had a blast with this project and I honestly think it turned out really well. So if you guys have any old kits sitting at the back of your display case that you think might need a little love, this is your sign to dig them out and see what you can do. I hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson, and until next time, my friends, be well, happy building, cheers.